Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net on Friday the 31st of January. Thanks again for watching. Because it's Friday, we've got the updates from the Japanese Meteorological Agency long range forecast model, and I'll be showing you that in just a moment. Also, we've got a bit of a detailed forecast coming up for you as well for the next few days. But rain is on the way again. And not only rain, bits of snow there as well. This is the view from on top of the Longmynd in Shropshire from the Midland Gliding Club. If ever you get a chance and get up there, have a look. It's truly spectacular up on top of the Longmynd, and I know the Midland Gliding Club will make you welcome. You could even get a flight in a glider as well. But anyway, this is the view from up on top this morning, just being shrouded in cloud, and also notice the snow on the ground as well as the warm front arrives. That's not going to be lasting long though, because warm air is on its way in. More of that in just a mo, but first let's have a look how things shape up in the next few weeks according to the Japanese Meteorological Agency and the latest CFS model. This is the mean of the 500 millibar flow, and the anomalies are on there as well. Blue is basically lower than normal heights, red and orange are higher than normal heights. And the UK, just in case you're wondering, is under that big area of blue there. You can just make out, look, the coast of Portugal there. There's the Bay of Biscay, northern France, and there is the UK just underneath. Okay, so now we've got ourselves orientated. This is week 1. So this is the forecast running from today, so from the 31st of January. And this takes us up to the 6th of February. And you can see here this strong jet stream, look, just thrown in across the Atlantic. Left exit region here, development area for low pressure. Hence the reason for the unsettled wet week that we're about to see, and a very windy week as well. Into week 2, and little change really. Here's the jet screaming in across the Atlantic. We're losing though that left exit region. It's more up here, it's further northwest of the country. So this is indicating that the main development areas for low pressure will be further towards our north and west, which probably means that we won't be in for such dynamic conditions, such rapidly changing conditions, but that doesn't rule out the risk of severe gales affecting particularly western areas. Further rain, again, particularly out towards the west. But this ridge that you can see here, out towards the east here, this ridge that's in here, perhaps is going to bring, or try and get, less wet weather. Notice I say less wet weather into more eastern parts of the UK during the course of this week. So week 2 running from the 7th of February through to the 14th of February. And I think really this position here with the high building in is probably most likely later on during that period. So probably sometime around the 13th, 14th time to see this pressure increasing towards the east. So still a wet week, but signs of dry weather there towards the east and south. And just compare with the CFS, this is how the CFS sees it. Look, here's our strong jet stream, there's our deep trough through the UK, low pressure areas during week 1, screaming in across the country, bringing the wet and the windy weather that we're about to see during this week, and some real nasty storms coming through as well, very reminiscent of New Year. And then week 2 looking like this, this CFS, there's our jet stream, look, and notice, got the ridge building out towards the east. That's trying to nudge its way a little bit further westwards. So this is agreeing as well that towards, and the CFS has it in around the 10th to the 12th, that sort of period when we see that pressure increasing. But I still favour the idea of it being around the 13th, 14th, when we see better conditions or less wet conditions coming in towards the east, still wet out towards the west. So that takes us into the final half of the month. The chart's here going from the 14th through to the 28th of February. And again, it's got such an unsettled look to it. So although I was talking there about the improvement in the east coming in and dry weather coming in, this idea of that not lasting very long seems to be gathering strength at the moment. The jet stream on this chart through here, we got the left exit region up here towards the northwest of Scotland, and I think what that will do is bring further periods of rain, more unsettled weather through the whole country. Now remember, because this chart is for 2 weeks, it's actually seeing smoothing, so it's not actually seeing the detail, it's smoothed out a lot, so you don't see the detail in there. I think what will happen is probably from, well, I've got the date in there as the 19th onwards. I think we'll probably see a few days or generally not so wet weather in the south and the east of the country, but still staying wet towards the north and the west. It does indicate, though, with a west to west southwesterly, that conditions stay on the mild side. CFS looking like this for week 3, taking us to the 19th of February. Jet stream still in there. Look, southwesterly jet to the country. Yes, it's trying to build these heights a little bit towards the south and the east. Look, so it does hint still at drier weather, or rather, I'm not going to say drier, less wet weather in the south of the country during this period. I really don't think it's going to last very long, but it's hinted at being there. And then as we head into week 4, so that looks like this on the CFS. Complete change. It tries to build the ridge out to the west. It still has the jet here, clipping northwest Scotland. But what it tries to do is get high pressure going here, tries to bring in more of a south to southeasterly flow, and goes for a drier end to the month. Now, I can buy this, as I said, between around it's the 18th or 19th through till around the 25th of the month. I think, again, I'm not going to say dry, I'm going to say less wet, but still wet up towards the north and the west of Scotland, but perhaps an improvement of sorts on the way. But I'm not sure that I actually buy completely into this. I think the idea of building heights east and south is okay, but I'm not sure I'd build them in quite as much as the CFS is showing here. But it's certainly something to watch. This day, 18th, 19th, is super critical. So that's how things shape up through February, or at least through most of February. Let's now look at the beginning of February in more detail. Here's today's rain, then spilling its way eastwards, heavy periods of rain coming through. That bringing more localised flooding inland. And then tomorrow, this area of low pressure west of Ireland is troubled because bands of showers and rain rotating around the low, mostly affecting western areas. But not only that, we've got really strong winds to boot too, and this area of severe gales and gusts of 70 miles an hour in the west, 60 miles an hour inland, will be spreading eastwards as we go through Saturday afternoon and the first part of Saturday night. Not only that, we've also got high tides coming into western and southern areas, and I think this is what's bringing us the main flood risk across West Wales and western facing coast of Cornwall and also Devon. Remember to stay tuned to the Environment Agency for the latest on that. Then the low clears away, and Sunday is a much better day on Sunday. Still breezy, still got southwesterlies, and still got some periods of rain affecting the west of Scotland with some snow on the hills, but generally for most it's a getting brighter sort of day. There'll be a few showers in the west and the south, but it's a much better day. On to Monday now, and back to rain again Monday. Starts off dry, might be an early morning frost at first, then these fronts moving their way eastwards, I think bringing outbreaks of rain in the afternoon, not as severe as it will be through this afternoon and on into Saturday, but nonetheless still unsettled. And then for Tuesday, a better day, but I think we will find heavy showers. Southern Ireland, Wales, central southern parts of England. I think fairly heavy showers here. Dry towards the north and the east, although some rain coming into western parts of Scotland. But just look, more rain waiting in the wings. And that's spilling eastwards into Wednesday, with the potential on Wednesday again for more big seas to be driving into the west, although by Wednesday the tide's not quite so high. But it looks as if this rain is just going to be spilling its way eastwards, bringing us another wet day, and so the flooding continues. So plenty of weather going on there. Do stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date right the way through the course of the weekend. You can follow us on Twitter at WXWeb. Don't forget as well that weatherweb.net is kept free of charge by you, because you keep coming back to the site and using the charts and telling your friends about us means that we can actually put out more adverts, and it's those that generate the revenue that keep us free of charge. So thank you for doing that. Whatever you're doing, have a great weekend, stay safe, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.